Every morning, DeShawn Davis wakes up not to the sound of an alarm, but to a silent scream inside his mind. A cry for freedom, from a body that feels like a prison. At just 28 years old, DeShawn's life in Omaha, Nebraska, is not defined by his dreams or passions, but by the sheer weight he carries, physically and emotionally. He lives with his mother, 2 sisters, and younger brother. But instead of being the protector, the provider, the big brother he always imagined himself to be, he's the one being taken care of. I dread waking up every day in this body, DeShawn admits. It's like I'm trapped. I just want to be free. His younger sister Diamond is tough, opinionated, and loyal to a fault. Their relationship is built on love, but tested by frustration. They clash, they argue, but she never walks away. I'm not here to judge him, she says. He's my brother, but I tell him straight, you've got to try. You've got to fight for yourself. Just getting out of bed is an exhausting task. His joints scream, his breath shortens, his heart races, and yet, DeShawn pushes, because he knows what's at stake. My body could give out at any moment, he confesses. And that's the truth I live with every day. His siblings wash him, dress him, feed him. And despite the awkwardness, the discomfort, the unspoken sadness, they do it with love. It's weird washing up your big brother, says his younger sibling, but that's still my brother. I don't look at him any different. Diamond cooks for him, buys groceries, handles store runs. She's stepped into a role she never asked for, full-time caretaker. And their mother, who adores DeShawn as her first baby, is caught in a heartbreaking cycle, showing love the only way she knows how, through food. But the meals that bring comfort are also killing them both. Food has always been my comfort, DeShawn says. Growing up, my home wasn't terrible, but it wasn't safe either. His mother struggled with drugs. His father disappeared into the prison system when DeShawn was barely 5. And when a stepfather stepped in, he brought insults, not healing. Fatso, slow, words that cut deeper than any wound. I never felt wanted, DeShawn says quietly. So I turned to food. And later, to smoking, just to quiet the noise in my head. By 18, DeShawn was already tipping the scales at over 500 pounds. High school wasn't much better. No one teased him to his face, but the whispers behind his back were loud enough. He began isolating, eating, sleeping, smoking, numbing. And now, all these years later, DeShawn is still trying to wake up from that nightmare. Still trying to claw his way back to the surface. Sometimes I wonder how different life could have been, he says, staring out the window. But this is my life now. And I've got to do something. His family is still there, tired, stretched thin, but unwilling to give up on him. And DeShawn, he's learning, slowly, that the first person he has to fight for is himself. DeShawn has shut himself off from the rest of the world. For the past 3 years, his life has revolved around the 4 walls of his room, and food, his only true companion. It wasn't always this way. He was just 15, on the brink of turning 16, when everything changed. That day, he and his mother were having a small get-together at home. The mood was light, until chaos erupted. Out of nowhere, gunshots rang through the air. Bullets whizzed past them, shattering the sense of safety in an instant. DeShawn's instincts kicked in. He leapt up, grabbing his mum and pulling her to the ground. That's when a bullet grazed his hand, tore through his thumb, and exited the other side. He didn't even realize he'd been shot. Not until his mum screamed, "You're bleeding." Only then did the pain hit, raw and searing. Thankfully, no lives were lost that night. But DeShawn left something behind, his sense of safety, of freedom. He started staying indoors, and never really stopped. Trapped inside now 28, DeShawn hasn't stepped foot outside in years. He's been in his own kitchen only twice. Instead of confronting his trauma, he buried it in silence, and in food. His days blur together, consumed by endless snacking, junk food, and sugary cravings. Lemon cake, hot cheese puffs, Kool-Aid, a parade of comfort that offers no real peace. He sends his younger sister, Diamond, to the store with FaceTime instructions. Chips, cake, more chips. He knows this isn't healthy. He knows his body is struggling. But the truth is, food is easier than feeling. Easier than healing. I don't believe I can change, he says. I'm hoping I can. A mother's love, a family's fear. DeShawn's mother is his biggest supporter, his only real confidant. She's watched her son disappear, not just physically, but emotionally. When she asks how he's doing, his answer is always the same, I'm okay. Conversation over. She worries about what will happen if things get worse. If he gains more weight. If he develops blood clots. If one day, he doesn't wake up. He's still so young, still full of potential, but he's locked himself away, numbing the pain with every bite. The caregiver and the breakthrough. DeShawn's caregiver, Vanana, is 24, close in age, but worlds apart in life experience. She cooks for him, talks to him, tries to break through the emotional barricades is built. She makes breakfast, sausage, bacon, waffles, eggs, and gently nudges him toward change. To her, he's like a big brother. They try to build a sense of family, of trust. She's hopeful that something will click. And finally, at his mother's insistence, DeShawn agrees to meet with a doctor. I'm not nervous, he says. Just ready to get it over with. He's done this before. Doctors have told him what he needs to do. Eat healthier, move more, try harder. But none of it has stuck. Not yet. This time, though, something feels different. Maybe it's the pressure of his family's fear. Maybe it's the silent realization that he can't keep living like this. Maybe, just maybe, he's ready. The road ahead, the journey won't be easy. Trauma doesn't fade quickly. Habits don't break overnight. But DeShawn has people in his corner. A mum who won't give up. A sister who shops for him without judgment. A caregiver who treats him like family. DeShawn hasn't given up entirely, not yet. This appointment, this moment, could be the first step out of the darkness. The food may still call to him. The pain may still linger. But buried deep beneath the silence and the snacks, there's a man who still wants to live. DeShawn's life has become a quiet cycle of survival, one where every day looks much like the last. Food has long been his comfort and his curse. Despite his caretaker's best efforts to help him stay on track, the moment she steps away, he slips right back into the habits that have imprisoned him in his body. At just 28 years old, DeShawn weighs nearly 700 pounds. His world has shrunk to the limits of his home in Omaha, Nebraska, and even that space feels suffocating. He's tried, he's failed, he's lost 5, maybe 10 pounds here and there, but it always comes back. The truth, whatever he's eating right now is enough to maintain a 700-pound body. If he wants to live in a 200-pound body, that intake has to shrink to a third. But it's not that simple. Traveling to Houston to meet renowned weight loss specialist Dr. Nowzaradan in person is too risky for his health. So, they meet online. It's a digital lifeline, one that may be the only shot DeShawn has left. So, what's a typical day like for you? Doctor Now asks. DeShawn's voice is heavy, like it's carrying more than just physical weight. For breakfast, it depends. Sometimes eggs and toast. Sometimes frozen waffles. His activity, barely any.